All right, we are back on a rainy Tuesday, and I'm here messing more with the heater box. The thing that's been kind of hanging me up this whole time has been, well, one, servicing the actuator, which I finally figured some stuff out with that. Um, I did the test procedure, and apparently that's good. I cleaned everything so that the sensor can read where the blend door is at. So I think that's in a good spot, and I managed to get my resistance readings in a decent place that I think it should work. So the next step is to get my foam glued onto the vents. I'll show you some pictures up here of what I found when we removed the heater box, but there's foam everywhere. It has this problem that tons of Supras out there have. Interestingly enough, I never had an issue with it blowing foam through the vents. So I'm sure I wasn't far behind. And when I went in here, I didn't really expect it to be that bad because, like I said, if I turn the blower motor on high, I never had foam pieces coming out or anything like that. So I bought the foam kit from MVP Motorsports, and it's I think made by the people who run the channel Built to Perfection. So I got my kit here, just comes in a bag. Wish it had a little more information, to be honest, but all the foam is cut. It's $200, which I think is wild for some foam, but whatever. Car stuff, right? So I've got that kit, and one of my issues with it was that they recommended using this 3M adhesion promoter. So they wanted me to use 3M adhesion promoter and then also an industrial super glue, which through a lot of digging, I found that the glue that they were using in their video, which they don't reference at all because I guess it used to be included in the kits, had ethyl 2 cyanoacrylate as the ingredient, the main ingredient in there. The active ingredient? I don't know how you say that. Anyway, so I tried their method because I contacted them because all these glues specifically state on there not to be used with polyethylene, not recommended for polyethylene and polypropylene. So I thought, I don't know, sounds weird. Contacted them. They said, we know about that, but the manufacturer of the foam recommended to use the adhesion promoter, and that takes care of the issue. So I tried their method. I used JB Weld Super Weld, which is a cyanoacrylate super glue basically, and I used my 3M adhesion promoter packets, and the results were just not my favorite. I got this door. I ended up gluing the heck out of it, and then I was like able to pretty easily pull back everything. The foam just was not sticking in a way that I wanted it to stick. So I ended up finding another person. Well, I was just kind of Googling around and looking up YouTube videos, really information of any kind for people who have done this job, and ended up stumbling across another channel, Lobu X Racer. I'll link it in the description below. But he went through a process of using adhesive sheets. In terms of longevity, I think it's something that'll stick better, and ideally something that I won't be back in here for. I was worried with the heating and cooling of this box that that glue just was not really sticking in a way that I liked it. So I ordered that up, got exactly the thing that he had from the exact same seller. So this is 3M 8153LE is what this stuff is called. And it's like a double-sided adhesive. So he details the process in his video, which I'll shoot a link to, because I'm not going to like just go through that, but I'm just going to tell you guys how it goes for me. But I'm excited to try this, and this seems like a better adhesive option for this. So I'm going to try his method, removing one layer and then sticking the sheets on and then trying to apply them over to the door. So I'll set you up on the GoPro, and we'll try to give this a shot. I'm finally going to split this box. It's taken me a long time, but I'm going to split it so then I can glue all the foam and then I can throw this thing back together. My goal is to do this in like, 2-3 days. So we'll see if I can pull it off. Today is Tuesday, and we'll see if by Friday I'm also leaving to go up north. So the summer is going rapidly and I need to get this done. So I'll take you along as I split this box. If you want to see people taking the box apart, it's pretty basic. You just rip every fastener out of it. It's got a million different fasteners. Paul Rosenblum, I'll link to his video too. He does like a time lapse of him pulling it all apart. There's like 3 separate videos where it shows you, but pretty. You just keep tearing everything apart basically. So anyway, I'm going to take you with as we rip this in half. You can see I've got it kind of prepped here, because it started happening faster than I had anticipated. So I just need to do this. Okay, there she is. So there's one hole like right in the center here that I kind of missed and I couldn't see. So that was where I was having trouble, but otherwise, all the fasteners are all just along the edge here. And then the rest of it is just separating out some other stuff. There is some foam that I had to cut for the AC, whatever that AC radiator thingy is. But okay, finally got this box split. And I'm actually not feeling terrible about it. Get these doors off and then start cleaning here. I'm actually in a pretty good spot. I've got a couple spiders in there. Probably from Australia, because my car is from Australia. I'm just kidding. It always freaked me out working on my car. It's thinking about like a huntsman in here or something. Never wanted that. Alright, so here's an example of what I saw in the other video here. You just pop this through and twist it. I'm just using like a skewer, and it totally clears the hole, and you just have to like drop it through. And then here, these larger areas, you just twist, and it goes all along this skewer here, and works really well. I'm very happy that I found out about this method and that he posted the video about it, because man, I would have been cutting this all out individually, which would have been a lot of work. So this is a really cool method that works. My problem is the skewer gets really sticky, but you can just swap them out. Small price to pay for all the cutting that it's saving you. And this is one of the more involved doors. A lot of them don't even have these slots or anything like that, so it doesn't get too difficult, but I just wanted to show one that had a lot of this. And there you go. That's all done. Now I'm going to use the adhesion promoter and figure out a way to get that unstuck for my fingers. But otherwise I'm going to use the adhesion promoter and rub it all on the door, slap it on there, and we should be good. Alright, and then I kind of just let that adhesion promoter dry under there, and you'll see as it goes, but this is a crazy good bond.
and this keeps it to the edges like I was not getting with the other one, so that looks nice. Now I'm going to keep cutting out this section here off the adhesive backing, just using the razor blade, and then I'll get the other side of this door glued up and keep kind of going.
So using the 3M adhesive film and then also going with the 3M adhesion promoter was definitely the way to go. The bond that I got on these doors, it doesn't pull up on the edges, which is one of my main concerns that I had when trying some of the other adhesive options that they had recommended with the super glue and whatnot. So I'm really happy. This stuff seems like it's welded to that door, and that's exactly what I want. I don't want it to come off. I don't want it to come loose. Obviously, if I have the thing for another 30 years, I mean, it's probably something where this foam will degrade as well. But, you know, I want to have lots of years of enjoyment, and I don't want to mess around on the interior anymore. I never really had an intention of messing around on the interior, but I want working heat and air conditioning. This is a street car. I want to go places with my family, and you know, those are just things you need. I live in Wisconsin. I can drive this thing into, you know, December sometimes. So I just want it to be fully functional. So I've got that part of it figured out. Just need to finish up, you know, adhering all the foam to the doors in the process that I showed you. And then from there, I can start reassembling the box. And then Sam, I think I'm going to have him help me out at that point because, you know, he tapped out for this part of the project, which I don't blame him. The people who are doing this kind of thing, I'd imagine, are planning on keeping this, or they're getting paid an incredible amount of money to do it because it's either a labor of love or extremely lucrative. Either way, happy with how the foam is attached to the doors, and you know, after I'm done with that, I can get it all assembled. Once again, thanks guys for watching. I know some of this stuff is like a real deep dive into this, but for the people that, you know, want to do this type of work on these type of cars, I think it'll be helpful, and I will definitely be sure to update you as time goes on how everything's holding up. So thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more updates.